Welcome back, Commanders. Today we are diving deep into the massive reveal for Last War Season 6 Shadow Rainforest. This is not just a simple update. It is a complete overhaul of how we fight, how we conquer, and how we protect our territory. This new season takes us into the legendary Lost Land, a massive battlefield split between the Deepwood and wetland landscapes. While these are the first official details, keep in mind that specifics may still change as we get closer to the actual launch date. Let's start with the Season 6 overview. Following the massive map changes we saw in Season 5, Shadow Rainforest will once again span 8 war zones, plus a central area on one single massive map. However, the stakes are much higher this time. The core of this season revolves around 6 major new features: factions, altar buffs, city destruction, map mirroring, faction levels, and alliance pacts. The first major change is the return of factions. The 8 war zones will be split into 2 massive factions in a 4 versus 4 format. You will either be part of the Deepwood faction or the Wetland faction. This means collaboration is no longer just a choice, it is a requirement. You will need to coordinate with 3 other war zones to dominate the map. Speaking of the map, let's talk about map mirroring. To ensure a fair competitive environment, the Deepwood and Wetland areas will look visually different, but contain the exact same resources and layout. They are mirrored across the map. This ensures that no faction has a geographical advantage over the other when the war begins. Now, let's look at the central area and the new altars. The central zone is occupied by the Great River Clan. This area is packed with resources and the brand new building type called altars. In previous seasons, you usually needed adjacent land to capture objectives. In Season 6, you do not need adjacent land to capture altars. This opens up incredible strategic opportunities for snipes and sudden territorial shifts. There are 5 levels of altars, each unlocking powerful alliance skills. At level 0, the faction skill activates the Frog's Gift, which provides a small alliance gift. Level 1 introduces the Snake Altar with the Snake Barrier buff, unlocking reinforced structures. Level 2 features the Echo Altar and the Night Army buff, which allows for a Mummy Army summon. Level 3 brings the Gust Altar and Serpent Breath, giving you the Warlord Missile. Level 4 is the Feather Altar with Thunder Feathers, unlocking the Tesla Coil. Finally, Level 5 is the Treehaven Altar with Tranquil Rewind, which unlocks the Refresh skill. While some of these skills might feel familiar from prior seasons, their implementation in the Rainforest setting will be a game changer. One of the most intense additions this season is city destruction. In the past, capturing a city was the end of the goal. Now, it is just the beginning. Enemy cities can now be fully destroyed after they are captured. Once a city is destroyed, it cannot be restored. This has a permanent impact on Alliance influence points and rankings. This turns the game into a total war scenario. Combat is no longer confined to the central zone. Every single one of the 8 areas is an active battlefield where your home cities are at risk of permanent removal from the rankings. To help manage this level of intensity, the developers are introducing faction levels and faction technology. Faction members will collectively contribute resources to boost their overall faction battle power. As you accumulate influence points through capture and destruction, your faction level increases, unlocking progressively stronger buffs for everyone in your faction. We also have a brand new social mechanic called Alliance Pacts. These pacts can only be formed between alliances within the same faction. An Alliance Pact allows you to coordinate much more closely. You can share territory to move across the map and stage attacks on nearby cities using your partner's land. You can also support your pact partners with reinforcements and coordinated defense. However, choose your partners wisely, as each alliance is limited to 1 pact at a time, and there is a cooldown mechanism when changing pacts. Let's talk about the Hero Awakening system. This is a massive shift in power dynamics. The Promote Progression system in Season 6 allows you to upgrade designated heroes to an awakened stage once certain conditions are met. Awakening a hero unlocks a powerful awakening skill that completely replaces their original 4th skill. This doesn't just increase their base power stats, it fundamentally changes their performance on the battlefield. This will likely shift the current meta and give players new ways to build their squads. For those worried about one side becoming too powerful too quickly, Season 6 introduces a Warzone countermeasure called United as One. This is an anti-snowball mechanic. If a Warzone falls significantly behind in the rankings, it will receive additional buffs to enhance its ability to counterattack. This ensures that every battle remains competitive and gives struggling factions the tools they need to make a comeback.
In summary, Season 6 Shadow Rainforest is about total map control. From the 4 versus 4 faction wars to the permanent destruction of enemy cities, the gameplay is becoming much more aggressive. You will need to master the use of altars for alliance skills like the Warlord Missile and Tesla Coil, while managing your alliance packs to secure your borders. Commander, the war of Season 6 is unfolding in the legendary Lost Land. Are you ready to lead your warzone, choose your faction, and shape the fate of the Shadow Rainforest? The outcome of this war is in your hands. Stay tuned for more updates as we get closer to the launch.